Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? We are just finishing getting a car wash. I'm going to run some errands here. We are once again using the Fimi Pocket 2. And I've got it on my new mount that I have for Fimi. It has an area for your phone, and I'll have to do a review on it. It's built very well, but it makes the unit very heavy, and I'm just not sure how it's going to mount up here well. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to have a tendency to not be straight. Yeah. We'll have to see. This may not work too well. Shooting at the 4K 30. I also have my external mic. This is my mobile mic. We'll see if it gets rid of the audio distortion I was seeing last time with the onboard mics. I ended up opening a case with Fimi and sent them the raw video. They determined there was no issue with the audio. So I did a search today on YouTube and found a gentleman that did a review. I just think he did it this week. I did a search for just videos for this week, and he did a review of his Palm 2, and it had the same issue where it kind of gets distorted, bottoms out a little bit. I almost think it's from wind noise. I don't know. Like last week when I was in here, I probably had the heater on. And this gentleman was filming outside. It might have had a little breeze that day. I didn't notice it the day I did my initial video. And that day there was no breeze. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens with this video with the external mic. I've got my internal heater on low in here in the car. So we'll see how we do. Need to run out and get on a food run, get some groceries. Need to go to GFS, which is Gordon Food Services, get a couple of things. So we'll go out that way. I don't think I've ever videoed out that way. So we'll just enjoy the ride. Present temperature outside, I'd probably have to say high 20s. Somewhere around there. Gordon Food Services. Need to go this way. This is a similar route we took the other day when we went and got Chick-fil-A. Kind of similar. Heavy traffic today. Gordon Food Services. Need to turn here. Hope everyone's doing well out in your area. Looking at our weather here in Northeast Ohio, I think next week it's really supposed to get cold. I think we're dropping down to the teens for most of the week, which is going to be a nice blast. I don't think our lakes are frozen around here yet. I could have checked the lake back there. Weather certainly isn't what it used to be when I was a kid growing up here. I mean, by now we were all on the lakes, you know, playing on the water and playing on the ice. The ice would have been 3 or 4 inches deep. We went out playing ice hockey and sled riding. My parents' house, there's a channel that goes between my parents' house and like the neighbors across from us on the lake. And that neighbor across had a big hill right outside their house that went down to the lake. We used to go sled riding off this hill and land on the ice. It was an absolute blast because you could pick up some good speed. And we'd build a ramp between the shoreline and the water because it was like a 2-foot drop. Yeah, probably 2-foot drop. And it was a lot of fun. So you go down this big hill and land on the ice. We see how far we can slide on the ice. Those days are long gone. I don't even know if anybody ice fished last year on that lake. If they did, it was only for like a week or two. It just doesn't get cold enough like it used to. I mean, back in the day, like I was starting to say, I mean, you'd get cold in December. By the end of December, you were on the lake. The lakes were frozen. You didn't have frozen lakes till March. Now it's just, I mean, in the 20s and low 30s, water just doesn't have any time to freeze up here. Need to go north of here. Get into Canada. Gotta get north of Lake Erie. When Lake Erie's warm, causes our air to be warm around here. Even this far inland. Alright, I'm here. I'm going to go grab a couple things and we'll do another round. We'll park over here. That's their pickup. I haven't been in here in a while. Alright, we'll pick it up in a few. Alright, we are done shopping at this place. I got in there and nobody in there, and now it's getting a little busy. Has to be expected on a Friday. Oops. Alright. Next. But I got what I wanted from here, which was lasagna. They have the big Stouffer's lasagnas for a decent price. So we have not had a lasagna in a long time, and thought that would be a good meal for the weekend. Alright. I do need some heat, so we'll see what happens with turning on the heat in here. Of course, with the external mic, shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, I'm really curious how this audio is going to come out. I need need to get gas as well. Trying to think which way I want to go. I need to make a big diagonal from here. Need to make a diagonal, and I don't know which way is the best route. Over here on our left, they put in a new Dave & Buster's. This used to be at Sears. And since Sears went out of business, we now have a big Dave & Buster's. Well, I'll start my diagonal here. So we're just passing under Interstate 77. As you can see the sign there. Seems like every time I come out this way, I don't usually come over here just because of the volume of traffic, but always something new. A lot of places we have never been. There's a big Duluth trading they put in over here, and there was something else over here that they put in. Right by Duluth. I don't know if it's a restaurant. We're going to drive by it. We'll jump on 77 and head over to the wholesale club, which we've been before, but we can get there from here. So let's jump on 77. I want to see what this other building is, and you can see the camera's tilting, which right there in front of us. What is that? Freddy's Frozen Custards. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Getting on the expressway. Hopefully the gimbal's keeping the video pretty level. Like I said, this mounts kind of weird. They could have designed it just a little different, I think. Right now the camera is tilting to the left because that's where all the weight is. But the gimbal should keep the video decently steady. It looks like it is. Go. All right. This was definitely the quickest way to do that. We jumped through a couple of other lights. Had we came from the right here, there would have been like 4 lights. And coming this way, we just hit this one here. So we'll come over to the wholesale club. Just normal stuff there. Typical stuff. Makes it easy. I should get gas. So I can get gas at home. It's always a toss-up between these two BPs, the one here and the one by our house, which is cheaper. I think they're both about the same, $2.39. I didn't notice it when we drove by earlier. So coming up on where we've been before. Wendy's, Home Depot, and our wholesale club's right here. So kind of a little road trip in a different direction locally here. Oh, a lot of people here. Usually you get over here around this time, it's not too shabby. All right, I'm gonna head on in here and get some stuff, and we'll be back after. Looks like all ice here, which is not good. All right, we will pick this up afterwards. All right, shopping is completed. All right, guys, let's roll. Homebound. Stocked up on some groceries. Mostly just freezer stuff. Okay. What time? 10:30. Oh, man. Just missed Wendy's breakfast, which is what I like, by 3 minutes. Traffic is getting tricky. All right, home we go. Pretty uneventful trip. Thanks for riding along. Not much going on today. Just your average day. Weekend finishing up some projects around the house. Still working on the pantry closet. I think we have everything we need for it. It's just a matter of finishing that off. One thing about living where we've lived, house was built in the late 70s, and I think we've lived there 15 years. We've never done anything to it. The people that owned us before it, they didn't really do any updates. So aside from paint and carpet, the house is what it was. Could definitely use some money put in it. Kitchen cabinets all need redone. Our family room has a fireplace with 2 built-in wood bookcases on each side, ceiling to floor, pretty much. They're in pretty bad shape. I'd love to rip them out, but I don't know what's behind them. Because on the back wall and the side walls are wood, and it's finished wood. But I don't know if that's going into the... I don't know if the drywall's sitting behind it. I don't know if they did it on top of the drywall. I don't know if it's just frame behind it. I would guess they put it up against drywall. My wife said she'd like to get rid of them. So I'm okay with that. But I have a feeling it's going to be one of those deals where I'm going to pull out the shelves, no big deal, and start to peel off the side walls. And I don't know. Things are never easy with me. I don't know if I've ever had a real easy project when it comes to that type of stuff. Everything always turns out to be more involved. And as you peel back the layers of the project, it just, oh boy. Yep. That's what happened upstairs, our one bedroom. When we bought it, it was, the whole room of the bedroom had a chair rail around it. The top was painted to the ceiling, and then from the chair rail down to the floor was wood panel. It must have been a thing back in the 78 or whatever, but my daughter wanted that room because it was a lot bigger than the little room she had prior. So I thought, okay, we'll just rip off all that paneling, take off the chair rail, paint. Well, I thought the wood paneling was just nailed in. Turns out that was all glued to the wall. So they used some sort of construction adhesive to mount that to the sheetrock. And you talk about a mess. I mean, it was easy getting the wood paneling off, but that glue, I had no option but to use a belt sander and belt sand the glue down. So I went around the whole room with a belt sander getting that glue off. And unfortunately, the glue had kind of sunk into the sheetrock and was pretty noticeable. So when we painted, we had to put on like a thick layer of that, I don't know if it was Kills or whatever that really thick paint is that you use for like a pre-coat. So we did like 2 or 3 layers of that, and then it was finally to the point where the indentation was a little noticeable, but not too bad. But that was a project. So that's what I'm going to get into. I'm just babbling. So I hope everybody has a great day. Until next time, thanks for stopping by.